Each state has a local office, and if you can't donate today, you can always call your local office. Just Google what state you're in, and write in muscular dystrophy. It'll give you that office. And if you want to donate that way, that would be even better because that goes to your individual state. So also keep that in mind too.
Absolutely. All right, it looks like we're kicking off the action here. And before we start commentating, I just want to thank our sponsors, Metagame Clothing. You can find them at www.metagameclothing.com. Amazing apparel for esports. I got a couple of their shirts. I absolutely love them. I'm wearing one right now. And our other sponsor, Zorby. We do appreciate all their help. We actually have a prize to win, a free Expert Gamer Zorby, which is sitting at my house right now. Just waiting for somebody to win it. Send a picture of your gamer chair. Worst gamer chair wins. Tweet to @ReadyUp Gaming and @MyZorby. Alrighty, kicking it off. We got FT Tanker here on the screen, I believe.
I really think, me and Trellis were talking before you came back, and I really think this break, this initial break in Strike Zone Dom is very important.
So it looks like we have here, I'm trying to get caught up here after my little monologue there, apologize. It looks like we got Sector 13 as the Federation. Hyrax has been commentating all morning, and he's actually on the game playing right now. So he's actually finally getting to see him put in some work, but struggled a little bit here up to start, 1-3. And it does look like the FiOSWarriors have control right now. They have the A and B flags.
So let's go ahead and hop on board with MVL Threat. He actually has a bulldog. It appears like he'll be patrolling this B area in kitchen or this bar area. He saw a guy in kitchen. He's gonna back up, make him challenge him, as he's just going to try and patrol this area with the bulldog. However, 2 go down for the FiOSWarriors as Sector 13 is attempting to take A. However, they are going to lose that C flag. It looks like, oh no, they're able to keep both the A and C flag, forcing, I believe, the Federation, I believe FiOSWarriors to spawn B.
Yeah, Sector 13 has one home flag now at B. Really working right now to try. It looks like they're trying to get the courtyard cleared out to try to get A.
MVL was able to pick up one at mid stairs, but it died to Heroic and AR on this map. So look for him to play towards that pro shop, that junk area outside of the A and C flags to get those long range kills.
MVL Threat, I believe yesterday when we were watching him, this is what he basically did in a couple of the DOMs, is run around with a shotgun. So having a really good game so far with the shotgun. I think really discouraging the players on the other team for Sector 13 right now with that shotgun in close quarters.
Bulldog
so if we go ahead and look at Dot 3,
yes.
Dot 3 is 13-5 with 1 cap. It's on a 6 score streak. Unfortunately, he's taken out by Hyrax at mid steps, but he was on a 6 score streak, going ham with that vector. Some people don't like it. I personally do like the vector, but we'll see how it goes. There are currently 2 or 3 players from Sector 13 on that A flag. He was not able to take him out as he died, but we'll see what he can do when he spawns up.
MVL Threat just really playing extremely well right now, getting captures, really has some good routes right now, trying to get this C flag. Unfortunately got taken out from a good distance. Shotgun not going to help you medium range to long range.
That's correct. That's why you want to patrol this B flag, as he is trying to do right now, trying to just win the gunfights that he needs to win. However, Sector 13 needs to hold this AC flag and not give up on the 2 in order to come back in this down game, as they are down by 10 points or so.
Yeah, not a huge lead, but Sector 13 really needs to try to control this last minute of this game going into round 2 to try to even it up as much as they possibly can, because you don't want to give them anywhere near a 20-point lead or so before you go into round 2.
It's true. So the Sector 13 squad is spawning at the C flag, going to try and push out, maybe get control of the B or A flag, depends on which one they would like to hop. It looks like they're trying to go towards the safe flag, trying to get that AC flag split and making them spawn in bar.
Hyrax with a really good kill though, but ends up getting cleaned up by Dot, who's having an outstanding game, 19-11 with 1 capture.
Yeah, he's playing really well. He may not have as many caps as his teammate Tanker, but he's definitely helping in the slaying category, making sure that this
The map control is pretty well set in place.
Yeah. Yeah, they seem like they're very composed, the FiOSWarriors squad, in terms of where they attack, I mean, where they flood and where they don't. So, really good concept of where the other team is at all times from Sector 13.
I definitely agree with you. And it looks like it's going to be
A 17-point lead.
17-point game.
90 to 73.
In favor
Fios.
of the FiOSWarriors. We'll see if Sector 13 can come back on the second side of Dom. Or,
well, I am saying, you know, as we did say at the beginning, that this is a very important game. Even though it is the first game, this is a very important game into the series. And I honestly think whoever wins this game will win the series.
right. And Sector 13 just needs to see if they can hold 2 flags. I'm sure if they can hold 2 flags that they'll be okay, but every time they would cap 1 flag, the boys from FiOSWarriors would cap the other flag, so it was really kind of a waste. If they can hold the 2 flags for the majority of the game, then they should be able to bring this back.
You know, in Strike Zone Dom is one of those boards. It's a very polarizing board. Either you love it or you hate it. And I'm pretty sure, because I do play with some of the boys from Sector 13, and not a big fans of Strike Zone.
I mean, personally, I don't like Strike Zone at all. I mean, I am a sub player for at least the MLG, S&D variant stuff on game battles, but Strike Zone is just not really my thing. I mean, it takes a lot of coordination, and I haven't really got it down with my team yet, especially since we are new to variant instead of S&D only.
I mean, how do you feel about Strike Zone and Sovereign when they're matched up together? I mean, they're very smaller, they're oriented maps. I mean,
I personally, I feel from what I seen yesterday on Sovereign, especially, what it kind of amazed me was the lack of the use of caution. Nobody used their cautions to hold down the B flag, except for I think we seen one team at the end of the night that absolutely demolished on Sovereign. It's because they used the caution. You know, like if you get an AR player that just rotates into that caution at all times and just, you know, have FMJ on a Remington, you can shoot guys off that B flag without ever having to rush up next to them, which allows you to your other guys to really push up and get that map control and get those respawn kills.
I agree with you, but Sovereign is also a pretty symmetrical map in this Call of Duty Ghost game, which makes it more of an even playing field. However, Strike Zone, or essentially Dome in this game,
let's go off on Hyrax, by the way, guys. Sorry to interrupt you. Let's go on Sector 13, guys. Go ahead.
How about we hop on board with Hyrax as soon as he spawns in? It looked like he was trying to use a shotgun, but he's going to actually spawn back in with an MTAR. We'll see what we can do going towards that B flag, trying to get the FiOSWarriors off that B flag. He gets one. Ooh, guys, getting far from dot.
So, it looks like FiOSWarriors starting off really strong. Really, you know, just immediately getting to the point and getting 2 satellites.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, FiOSWarriors, of course, with the I believe they have host because they do have the higher seed in this tournament as of right now. However, Sector 13 just needs to hold on to 2 flags. If they can do that, they can definitely bring this game back and win this game.
Sector 13's, in my opinion, on this map, all the times that I've played it, if they grab the 2 home flags, A and C, and get FiOSWarriors stuck in B, they have a good chance of coming back and bringing the 17-point deficit back.
I definitely agree with you, but as of right now, each time they go to hop on that A flag, the FiOSWarriors are like, hey, let's go cap C because there's no one there, or they just simply die off the A flag. What they need to do is definitely secure one of the A or C flags and try and get that spawn trap going for the B.
Let's go on board with Blush. Blush is struggling a little bit. He had an amazing tournament yesterday, all day Saturday, for Sector 13, so I'd like to see what he is up to on this match.
Looks like he's going to hop on that B flag instead of going towards A. There's no one going to contest unless he sees the guy in kitchen. His teammate Hyrax takes out in kitchen, and we'll see if Blush can push out the front of the bar. Unfortunately, he gets taken out by Taker at the front of the bar to see what goes on. It looks like Tanker is going to go and hop back on that B flag, see if he can get that cap for FiOSWarriors, but he will be taken out by Rex. That was a quick 4 down for FiOSWarriors. We'll see if Sector 13 can get this control established.
Yeah, and really, you know, FiOSWarriors still in the driver's seat here. They're up 39-28. They've already got a 17-point lead from the last round. So, really working in this map is working in their favor so far in round 2.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, but it seems in this point that Sector 13 may have to hold a 3 cap for a little bit in order to really sufficiently come back into this game. I'm not sure that's going to happen because FiOSWarriors have just had control of the whole map for the majority of the second side.
And Dot3 just really going off again. 10-4 right now. You know, had an amazing match last time. So really just, I don't see them, Sector 13, be able to come back from this deficit.
I mean, they're down about 15-20 points with about 2 minutes to go in this second half. None of the guys from Sector 13 are above 10 kills. We have Dot3 on an 8-score streak, 13-4 with 2 kills. Absolutely going off on both sides of this strike zone domination. We'll see what he can do for the rest of the game.
And Attain is absolutely going off too as well. I mean, not going off, but he's having a very solid game, if you will, that's really helping to complement what Dot3 is doing in this lane.
Definitely agree with you. I feel like Heroic did put the arrow away, and it looks like he's just trying to help his team hop on flags, but I think it might be a lost cause at this point, considering they cannot establish map control.
So Trellis, if you're the coach of a team that's down by this much, going into, what is your focus now? Just try to get some momentum for the next round or next map, or what are you thinking right now?
Right now, I would honestly just try to get just really try to gain a little bit of map control, encourage my players, say this is only the first game. We still, this is the best of 5. Let's just focus on the next map. They got us here. Let's just go on from here and let's just move on because right now it's over. So there really isn't no sense in arguing or anything like that. Let's just move on to the next map.
Definitely agree with you, and I believe that it's now mathematically impossible, for sure, for Sector 13 to come back from this loss. They're down by 18 with about 30 seconds left. They were down 17 from the first half, so we'll definitely have the FiOSWarriors taking game number 1 in this series from Sector 13.
Yeah, and Dot3 and Attain really just both of them just together were Batman and Robin during both rounds. So really did a great job. Really good teamwork, complimenting each other and making sure they keep that lead against Sector 13 to take map 1. Alrighty, so next we have Freight S&D coming up. So we're good S&D action, going to be very interesting. I know this is a strong suit for the players of Sector 13, but also I believe FiOSWarriors played extremely well yesterday on S&D.
You were talking about earlier. Everybody's distaste for strike zone. In my opinion, Freight. I don't know about all that. I'm not a big fan of Freight.
Freight's probably one of the lesser liked boards, I think, in the S&D mix for MLG. But I know that the players of Sector 13 are pretty strong on Freight, so we should see a pretty good match here.
In my personal opinion, Freight is my team's best search and destroy map. That's simply because of the strats that we have. They're a little bit unusual sometimes, and it gets teams caught off guard. I mean, that's really what you're hoping for on Freight, or either to get some picks really early. We'll see what happens. We'll see how the team's set up and how they play this map.
In my opinion on Freight, your metagame really has to revolve around what the other team is doing. And at the same time, you gotta really make sure that you're changing up. If you try to do the same thing over and over again, for example, on defense on this board, you're probably going to get beat. At least 1 or 2 defenses, which you cannot afford to lose. Most of the time when I'm playing with my team, we try to be aggressive some rounds, and if we are being aggressive, we try to all be aggressive, and trade kills. That's the motto I believe in search and destroy that'll get you a lot of wins, is make sure you're always in a position to trade a kill.
I really think with S&D, with the movable objects with the gate and stuff, they play a big, huge role in S&D as well on Freight.
I definitely agree with you, Matt. When someone shoots down that red 3 ladder, you know that someone's either going to be in red or near red, and there's always normally someone posted up in green or whatever the call out is for when the game calls it out, but there's always someone there listening to see if that gate is going to be opened by a team.
And you can also hear that gate being busted open from all the way over at Red. So there's been many times I've been sitting on the wood piles at Red, laying down, and I can hear that gate busting and know that they're going.
I mean, the doors and fire and stuff are unbelievably loud.
That's definitely true. You can hear anything across the map if you have the right headset either way. Especially since the technology of headsets have just gotten better and better.
You know, I've seen some teams recently, though, they will have a guy that will either have a silenced pistol or a silenced submachine gun and knock that gate open and rush the gate on defense to go through tunnel for a good flank. So I've seen that's a new strat that I've seen guys try every now and then. They'll have a class specifically for that. So I'd like to see if we see anything interesting and kind of unusual like that in this game.
I see, I'm looking at the chat on the stream, and I see, I don't know if that's realized, but he said someone invite him to the call. He wants to cast.
I will get him in
someone
here.
Go ahead and do that. But we have a quick 2v2 situation. A 1v2 situation as Rex is the only guy alive for Sector 13. The bomb is not down as of yet, but it looks like it may be put down on that A flag. Actually, no, the bomb is down somewhere near... It looks like pallets as Rex gets one. It's now a 1 versus 1 situation. Rex did not see Dot in the back of bottom Red, and he was taken out in this 1v1 situation. Dot is starting off very strong in the search and destroy with the 3-1.
I see that realized in the chat. Not very impressed with the player with the shotgun last round.
I believe that was his little brother, Hyrax. Hyrax not really play up to snuff, but we'll see what he can do in the search and destroy.
No, that was the player on the other team that's talking to him in the chat here.
Derek.
And we got Realize on the stream here. What's
Your
going on,
your brother is definitely breaking a leg right now.
Right there, I'm about to go in there and smack him up real quick.
You need
How
to give
was
him
your
some
first match of the 5K, Realize?
We played randoms. It was not even serious.
Jeez, like randoms.
If they're just on the game, invite me so I can watch these fools.
Sure, I'll go ahead and get you an invite right now.
We got 2 down right now for the players on FiOS. All 4 up over here for Sector 13 right now, and I'm on board with Rex, watching him get mollied.
Realize, is there no space in your gamer tag or 1 space?
No space.
Okay, so we got Heroic and Hyrax versus the last player alive, FT Tanker for the FiOSWarriors.
Should be in your inbox right now. A 1 versus 2 situation for Tanker. We'll see what he can do as he is on this defense. He is on defense, trying to hold off both Hyrax and Heroic. He's able to pick up Hyrax outside of fire. We'll see if Heroic can pick him off from left side train.
Now, Heroic is going to have to make a move here. I believe he has the bomb. He does have the bomb, and he is pushing over here towards B to try to get a plan off. He's got a very little amount of time, and it looks like he's going to come over here.
Tanker will check that bomb in time. He will get that kill on Heroic, bringing a 2-0 lead in favor of the FiOSWarriors.
So Sector 13 struggling off the bat here, down 0-2. Looking to see them change it up here and to try to get one round to at least catch some momentum here.
I definitely agree with you, but we'll see what they can do, as they do, I believe, have defense this round. Heroic needs to step it up a little bit. I mean, he is 0-2 at the start of this S&D. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, defense, you can't lose defenses.
Unfortunately, I'm not in broadcaster mode because I wasn't thinking, because I joined the game. But I'm just going to spectate the Sector 13 since it is my favorite team.
Heroic got a hit marker on the first shot, and the guy top Porters was not able to clean up that kill. He might look. It looks like he was about to peek in. He's picked off by Threat in Fire Alley.
Realize I saw you weren't too impressed with the shotgun on the last map.
Fuck kids that use shotguns.
God.
Oh, Rex just choked those shots.
Jeez. Rough on the
Now
chat.
1v2 situation.
Who invited
Tanker
this kid
versus
to the
Blush and Rex. Tanker does have the bomb. We'll see if he rotates towards the A bomb or B bomb to see if he can get a plant going.
Yeah, I realize. Watch that language,
So
bro.
they got a decent setup over here on Sector 13 right now versus FT Tanker. Looks like he's just going to try to move around, try to catch somebody off guard. And
He catches Rex off guard and fire. it looks like he's gonna maybe try and go towards a kill that's in red, or he's gonna try and plant the bomb. I
Smart
don't
play
think
by
Blush
FT Tinker. I
knows.
think Blush thought he was going to go to B. He doesn't. Goes to A. Immediately going to get across the board and make this very difficult for Blush to find him.
As Tanker rotated back towards bottom Porters, bottom Brown, he sees him. He's able to clean up a Blush, having the FiOSWarriors go up 3-0 in the Search and Destroy game number 2. So, realize, from watching the perspective of Sector 13, what do you think they're doing wrong in the Search and Destroy?
Well, I just watched that round for a little bit, and I'm at broadcast mode, so it's kind of hard to see everybody and what they're doing, but they're playing individually. Like I said yesterday, that's the last thing you want to do, and they need to play really together on this map, because this map is literally all teamwork. It's all about getting the first blood, especially when you're on offense. It's really hard to take offenses on this map, and they need to be able to take them to actually be able to take it, because now that they're down 3-0.
I definitely agree with you. I think that the offensive rounds are probably the most important rounds on the Freight, because normally you don't really lose the defensive rounds unless something goes horribly wrong. Am I right?
I mean, on Freight, do you think it's easier to just rush plan, or do you think it's easier to get 2 or 3 picks and then try to get the bomb down?
I think it's just depending on who you're playing. If they're stacking Rust side, what you want to do is you want to just get in a position to get the bomb down. If you can't get a pick within the first 30 seconds, just set up, have one or two people look at Rust, and have one person look at Owens, and then they have the other person get the bomb down. Because if you get the bomb down, it's pretty hard to be able to kill the rest of the team and actually be able to, like, win the round after it's down.
So there's now a 1v1 situation, Blush versus MVL Threat. Blush might peek out this bottom white and get picked off by Threat. Yep, he does peek out, and Threat was laying down top green, was able to pick him off. And FiOSWarriors quickly going out 4-0 in the Search and Destroy. We'll see if they can close it out versus Sector 13. So moving on to this 5th round, let's go ahead and hop on board with Threat. He's on a 3-score streak. He has that AR. We'll see where he goes. He's either going to go somewhere in Porters or bottom white. Looks like he's going to go top Porters, potentially looking at top green or Fire Alley. We'll see what he can do.
I know this is a charitable event, but I'm getting pretty hungry. I don't know why you guys aren't providing burgers and hot dogs through the stream.
There we go, as finally Sector 13 was able to answer back to the boys of FiOSWarriors.
You're not gonna laugh
taking
at that, bro?
first round. Say what?
You're not even listening.
I wish I could provide burgers and hot dogs and soda and everything the stream would like, but unfortunately I cannot.
That should be Derek's job.
What the hell do you think I am?
You're on curse, bro. You're a god.
Do I work at Pizza Hut? Hell no.
Get that juice going, Realize. Come on now.
You're our water boy.
I'll be your host.
Get that juice going. I know you got it, Realize. Let's go.
You mean you would hit a guy in a wheelchair, Derek?
No.
That's why he politely asked you to not be in the wheelchair.
Oh yeah, I just need to get out of the wheelchair first.
Alright, let's get back in the game.
Blush did see a guy in red 2. However, Dot was able to pick up first blood on Rex on this defensive side. We'll see if Sector 13 gets bomb down as Attain picks off Heroic somewhere near red. And then Hyrex is taking out Blush, gets the kill on Dot, who is top red. He also gets a guy towards Gate, maybe able to get this one before Clutch if he's able to pick off another guy. It's now a 1v3. He has about 20 seconds left. He has to go for the kills, as there looks like there's someone sitting bottom fire. There's one underneath the map, and there's a guy in red. The guy in red didn't see him. Fake defuse. As he was taken out, it's now 5-1 in favor of the FiOSWarriors.
What is going on with Section 13 right now? What is the mindset right now? I mean, they were doing really good yesterday, and it's just like, I mean, have they even played a game today? I know that, you know, Devin's been with us most of the afternoon, but I mean, it just feels like they're not even warm.
I definitely agree with you. I think that they can step it up, but as of right now, we have a 0-6, a goose egg performance from Heroic. Let's see if he can pick something up before the search and destroy is over. No, he gets picked off by a Tane who rushed to the bomb, trying to maybe perhaps rush plant or just get a few kills off the dead.
So realize, if you could give any advice to the team right now, what would you be telling them?
If we're talking about Sector 13, they need to start playing together. Heroic needs to start playing a little bit slower, stop getting first blooded. I'm pretty sure he's been first blooded every single round, or almost every single round, and that's killing your team. I know he's going 0-7, but he's got to get it out of his head, and he just needs to focus on playing a little bit slower with his AR, because he's got a nice shot, and just set up in a position where he puts his kids to push him out.
Yeah, I agree with that. It just seems like one gets down, then the other ones get down, and it's not helping one bit. But for FiOS, I mean, can't complain on their end. They're pretty much getting that first blood and then pretty much going one by one after that.
So, Threat just then saw Hyrex run into bottom green. He was able to take out Hyrex and he picked up the kill on Rex, solidifying the 6-1 performance for FiOSWarriors, taking 2 maps in this best of 5 series, going up 2-0 versus Sector 13. We'll see if Sector 13 can gain some momentum on this first side of Blitz on Warhawk.
Yeah, this is really bad. Like I
I'll be right
did
back.
say in the strike zone, Dom, I do believe that when FiOSWarriors won, Dom, I did say that whoever won that game was going to take off with the series, and so far that is what's being done here. As FiOSWarriors are taking a 2-0 lead. You did say Blitz Warhawk is next.
I believe Blitz Warhawk is.
Okay, well, I hope that this game is a little closer than the last 2 games, as, in my opinion, Sector 13 has been completely demolished in both games, and I don't know what's going on right now, but they need to fix something, and they need to fix it fast, because they're fixing to be done. They're really fixing to be done, and they're going to get 3-0'd, and they're going to be like, what the heck happened? And
I don't think that they'll let the 3-0 happen, but we will see. We've seen some pretty one-sided games on Warhawk Blitz so far on stream. There really hasn't been anything exciting, but we'll see if Sector 13 can get the momentum back going into this.